What's going on, everybody? We are finally live. Um, just comment if you can see me all right. This is the first live stream, first time I'm actually doing this, so bear with me. It is definitely a experience to be live streaming. I do not do this stuff that often, so we'll see how it goes. All right, cool. All right. Well, as you guys know, we just broke out probably 45 minutes ago, half hour ago, was it? And a lot of that happened while I was dealing with a live stream issue. I did put in a small entry on the breakout. Let's go to the 30-minute chart here. On this breakout over here. Right now, I'm looking for a retest, and if we can break below 360 a little bit, I might add to my position. But if you guys want to give me a couple questions, I'm happy to do some analysis on the live stream. Kendra did ask she'd like to understand how you determine the daily support level. Well, let's find a clean chart. So daily support level would be the previous higher high in this case, which would be about 308. And if we lost that level, another level would be 237. Just read some of the comments here. Well, let's pull this up. The way I'm looking at it right now, I'd be entering below 360. The closer we can get to 350, the better, because I'd put my stop right below the 344, basically my entry point. Because when we broke out a couple hours ago, we came back and tested that trend line support. You can see that right here. That was the signal for continuation. But I was busy, and unfortunately, I was not able to add more to my position on this breakout. So that's what I'm doing right now, is looking for a pullback. If we lost this level, probably 347, I could see us pulling back farther. But at the moment, we're just going to keep watching the chart. This is Trading View. One second, I got an error. YouTube is not receiving enough video to maintain smooth streaming. Are you guys following this all right? Strange. Yeah, I'm getting errors. Anyway, we're pulling back. Up, here we go. All right, I just added a little bit to my position. I'm using my my phone. Now, this video wasn't supposed to be a live trading video, but it's kind of happening that way because we're in the middle of a breakout. Thanks, Jarvis. I'm going to set my stop the same level at 339. I believe I answered you, Lazy Days. This is TradingView. TradingView.com. You can pull up your indicators. See over here on the right, you have your watch list. You can just type LTC USD and you'll be able to find the Litecoin chart on multiple exchanges. So like if you're using Coinbase, for example, you could just click on the Coinbase one. Right there. Got one question. I'm sorry I can't pronounce your name too well, but I'll read the question out loud. Sorry to ask if anyone has already asked. How do you identify a good re-entry during a dip like a couple hours ago? Well, I entered on the breakout and I set my stop back below the trend line here. I actually did not enter on the retest and I was really busy. So I wasn't able to watch the chart too much. And on that retest, I would have added more, but I missed that opportunity. But typically, what you would do is you would wait for a breakout. Let's go to hourly and see what that looks like. We'd wait for a breakout like this. And if you miss that opportunity to buy that breakout with the volume, see the volume candle here on the bottom, you would try to enter as close or at the trend line on that back test. Now look at this. This is not looking the best. Let's see here. All right, just tag the 20 EMA. Isn't this fun? Hey, everybody. I'll get to a higher time frame analysis soon. In the meantime, you guys can kind of just chill with me while we watch this play out. And it does seem like there is a pretty considerable lag between the chat and what I'm saying. I didn't set the settings to super low latency because I wanted you to be able to see the screen. I didn't want the quality to be too low. Are you guys able to read my watch list? Are you able to see everything? All right, we'll probably get to the higher time frame analysis here pretty shortly. Okay. 480 is the highest quality. Strange. Well, hopefully in the next live stream we can figure this out. Kendra said it's like trying to catch a falling knife when it's tanking so hard. I go in little bits and dollar cost average as it goes down. Yeah, no, that's a good move. I do that a lot of the time. Um, it's, I mean, the way that I'm doing this right now, I mean, it's pretty tight between my first entry and my second entry. It's almost 4%, just under 4%. And this would be a swing position because I think if we do bounce from here, we'll be seeing over 400 if we bounce from here. Chris said possible to stream in 720. So are you saying that you can see it in 720 or asking? I'll do a video specifically on basics and basics to trading. I'll do like a whole introduction explaining EMAs, RSI, support resistance levels, trend lines, uptrends, downtrends, the differences between the time frames and what to look for, all that stuff. I'll even go over the fib levels and how to use that. Chris is asking if I could stream it in 720. I'm trying to figure that out because it was streaming fine. All right. Please check the video resolution. Thanks, Jarvis. This is an experiment doing this live stream, so that's why it's kind of choppy. So bear with me. And I'm trying to figure out how to make this screen appear better to you guys. I'm not sure if we'll be able to do that. I might. I don't want to end the stream. Sorry guys, I'm just trying to figure this out. All right, I don't think I'll be able to do anything because the video output is currently active. So on the next stream, I might be able to fix this resolution problem. It's actually coming from the software that it's streaming from. So I don't want to kill the stream right now. All right. Yep, just letting this chart play out. See what else people are saying. Lazy Days asks, what indicators do you use on TradingView? I use the EMA, the 20, 50, 100, and 200. I also use the moving average. I just have it turned off right now. The MA 200. Use my volume indicators, my RSI. And that's primarily it. I'll use fib levels. Wow, that's awesome. Uh, Peppermint Baby. A few months ago, I was struggling end of month. I think since I know your Twitter, I'm doing amazing. My capital made a 5x just by trading Litecoin. I effing love you. Well, thanks a lot. That's awesome. That means a lot. Um, yeah, awesome. I'm just having fun watching the chart. I don't know about you guys, but I'll be sitting up all night long till like 3, 4 in the morning when I'm done with my workday, just like 5 straight hours, just staring at TradingView, listening to music, or just having like an Amazon tab open. I'm watching Vikings on Amazon Prime. The show's awesome, and I'll just have a tab open in the back and just go back and forth and literally just watch a chart all night. So those are my nights lately. All right. Well, we know what's going on there. Let's pull up the daily chart. So I posted about this earlier. That daily close above this trend line was beautiful, guys. And we managed to hold it on the second daily close. So this is really bullish. I know I said earlier, I mentioned the possibility of a pullback, and that could still happen if this is a fake out and we get absolutely rejected. Um, that's why I do have my stop set a few percent right below my entry. Going back to this one on the 15-minute, I'll probably pull up the 30-minute chart. That's why my stop is at 339, and I have my 2 entries here. But so far, so good. We're got 5 minutes left on the half-hour candle. That hourly, we need to close strong, guys. If that doesn't close strong, I will definitely close my position if that closes below 359. So that's what I'm watching right now. So let's see what happens. All right, well, we got 4 minutes to that close on the hourly. Let's just talk about the daily for a minute, because that's where I started. If we can close this hourly strong, guys, I do think we have a much better chance at seeing some continuation. Obviously, we don't want to close below that hourly resistance with a nice fat wick on the top. But I was saying earlier on Twitter, consider the possibility of a pullback. And some people ask me where I think that pullback would be if it were to occur. And I think it would be in the low threes. You have two support levels. You have a daily support level at 310, 309, depending on the chart you're looking at. And then you got it at, let's see, wait a minute, pull up the right chart. Yeah, so on the Coinbase chart, you have your support at 309. 300 is your psychological support. It's also a 4-hour support. But for that to happen, we would have to lose this range, the range that I was talking about. I highlighted it in a green box. See this hourly range? I will bring it up for you. Oh, there's your range, guys. We close above this, we break out. We close below this, I think we pull back. I think we're all just waiting for this candle to close. Jarvis, I trade directly to USD. I use Coinbase Pro. I used to use BitMEX before the US banned us from using it. You can't even use it with a VPN. They require identification. I used to do a lot of scalps with margin trading a couple years ago. But now I just stick with Coinbase Pro. Canada, I'm not too far from there. I'm in New York. Oh, you guys like the backdrop? This is actually an airport terminal. All right, so we just got that candle close. It closed. Let's pull up the hourly. Not the kind of close I was looking for, but let's give it a second and see what happens. I'm going to go down to the lower time frame here because we held that 30-minute high right there at 357. Let's just see what happens here on a low time frame. Again, like I said, I'm looking to enter a swing trade here. So we're just going to look at the lower time frame to see how it holds. Speaking of, I could actually talk a little bit about time frames and what time frames to use and what ones to focus on. What's going on here? All right. Kendra asked me, yeah, you said you're actually a real pilot. Yeah, I fly for fun. Yeah, I have a small Cessna 172 plane. But yeah, I would like to see LTC at the moon. New York, Jarvis. Just watching a documentary about Son of Sam serial killer in New York. Um, yeah, I'm gonna recommend a YouTube channel. It's called That Chapter. It's like a true crime series. Definitely recommend that. All right, but getting back to the time frames, I'm looking at the lower time frame right now to see if we can hold a 5-minute and 15-minute. That'll boost my confidence in the higher time frame of us recovering on that hourly. If we lose, well, let me say this. We close below the hourly resistance over here about at 359.50. That does not look good on the hourly. However, what I would typically do is I would go to a lower time frame, look at maybe the 15-minute support, which would be 357. If we can set a higher low on the 15-minute, it could save the next hourly candle. So that's why I'm looking at a lower time frame. That's funny. Yeah, where I am, I'm actually in northern New York. So we don't have a ton of controlled airspace over here. A lot of it is actually Class G, Class E airspace. So we don't have to talk to a lot of air traffic control. It actually makes flying pretty fun. Less of a headache. You don't have to talk to so many people. You can really just enjoy the view. Yeah, 15-minute right here. 5-minute. I typically don't use the 5-minute too much. There's a lot of noise on the 5-minute chart, a lot of traps, but in this particular case, it's has a pretty clear picture. We have a pretty clear 5-minute support at 359. See, two tops right here. What's going on, Steven? We got 16 viewers. That's not bad for my very first live stream. Thanks everybody for tuning in. You actually tune in. This ended up being at the perfect time. I wasn't even doing this live stream because we were having the breakout. If anything, it actually makes it harder to trade because I'm talking to you guys at the same time, but that's all right. And remember, this is my first time doing the YouTube live stream thing. Jarvis asked, "Did you trade during the bear market too?" Yes, yes, I did. That's when I did a lot of my scalping. That's when I had BitMEX. Um, yeah, I did very well during the 2017 run because I was a hodler at the time, and ended up getting into trading during the end of that run, pretty much right when the bear market began. So I've been through a lot of it, and in the beginning, I definitely took some losses and just improved over the years. Um, Learned risk management. That's like the number one thing, guys, when you're trading is risk management. Now, setting stop losses and honoring them. Um, I used to set stop losses in the early days, and they'd trigger, and then they'd wick back up, and then I would chase it for profit, and then that's when you guys get screwed. If your stop loss triggers, let it go and let the chart play out. Wait for a new opportunity that you're confident in. I'll be going over some higher time frame stuff with you guys, but with what's going on right now and being in a trade, I just guess this just turned into a video where you're watching me in a trade. Yeah. But speaking of stop losses, since we're on the topic, I will give you guys an idea on how to set stop losses and where to set them. You know what? Go back to my chart here. Let's go back to the 30-minute. You know where my stop is. I told you earlier that I entered this breakout a few hours ago, but I was in full position, and I was pretty busy. I was actually cleaning some boats and pressure washing. I was pressure washing my boat, and I didn't really have good service where I was, so I was just periodically checking. I saw we broke out, so I just put in a small position with a stop loss at 329. And the reason I picked 329 is it was under this trend line. If you go to hourly, you can see it much clearer. Here's your trend line. You have four touches. 1, 2, 3, 4. Trend line is valid if you have 3 touches or more. So I set my stop underneath the trend line because I knew I wouldn't be able to watch the chart the whole time. And I just figured, well, if my stop triggers, my stop triggers. Um, and that's that. And when you have a stop and you set that, you have to be willing to accept that if your stop hits, your stop hits. You don't want it so tight, but you also don't want it too low. And what determines the placement of your stop really comes down to your personal risk assessment. How much are you willing to lose, and how much do you think the price can go up? If you have a target in mind, and that target is valid, and that target is 20% up, then having a stop that's 4 or 5% down, that's not a bad risk to reward ratio. That's funny. Educational sources. So Neil asked about educational resources. I'm going to do an entire series. I haven't decided if I'm going to do it in a live stream, something educational, because it can get pretty distracting. And but I mean, at the same time, people can ask questions if they don't understand something. So you guys let me know if you would prefer an educational live stream. I would have to cover it in chapters, and we'll go over one thing at a time. But if you're looking for someone who is really good, my personally my favorite trader would be Chart Guys. He's on Twitter and YouTube. Um, if you just watch his videos, I'll tell you, I watched him in late 2016, 2017, 2018. I've probably watched hundreds of his videos. And when you watch his videos that much, you pick up a lot. You learn a lot without just by watching this stuff, watching other people trade. But yes, I will do an educational series on the YouTube, either in a live stream or pre-recorded. Jarvis asked, "Have you ever calculated your rough average on the trades you have taken? Like, are they usually 7% or above? Are you referring to, can you elaborate a little bit? Are you referring to profit?" 2 minutes 33 seconds to close the 15-minute. Swings are above 7% for the most part. When I do a day trade, when I'm day trading, I'll shoot for like 5%, 4%. Yeah, this swing, if we break out here, I'm gonna ride this over 400 if possible, and that's what I hope to get to once we get a little bit of clarity on the low time frame here. We get a confirmation of breakout. I'll be talking about the daily chart and higher targets. In the beginning of the video, if you were watching, I did talk about the possibility of the pullback and what those targets would be if we invalidated the range or broke below the range. And do you trade in other markets too, like stocks or anything? Yeah, I've traded a few stocks. I don't honestly nowadays. I'm mainly trading crypto. I don't trade stocks. I hold stocks. Um, but crypto, I trade Litecoin. I trade Ethereum. I trade Bitcoin. I trade pretty much all the majors. I just cover Litecoin on this channel. It's a little. I wanted to pick a niche to cover. I mean, Litecoin is my favorite coin, but I do trade multiple coins. As a day trader, you kind of have to trade multiple coins. If you just trade Litecoin, and you know Litecoin has been definitely a lagger compared to the other altcoins. And if you're going to be day trading, you gotta chase that opportunity. So you're obviously going to be trading the stronger coins, but I always provide analysis on Litecoin, even when I'm not in a trade on Litecoin. But I've definitely been trading it a lot more recently. Do you find these crazy sell-offs just blow up what the charts are saying? In other words, cryptos can have a mind of their own at times? Can you repeat that? I'm sorry. Like, can the market have a mind of its own? I mean, certainly there are fake outs, and you need to be aware of them, and that is why I use stop losses. Um, I use stop losses on every single trade I take. And when I was new to trading, I didn't use stop losses all the time. You know what the worst thing is? Going to sleep in a trade. Well, first of all, it's almost impossible to sleep when you're in a trade, and a stop loss makes it easier to sleep when you're in a trade because if it dumps when you're asleep, you just expose yourself to uh, a stupid amount of risk. Oh, okay, Kendra asks, in other words, nothing could have predicted that crazy sell-off today from 360 down to 320. Oops. I mean, it was predictable. I was out. I was out at this time. I exited my position earlier last night because I said it was possible we could fall down to like 310 or 300, and I just wasn't going to expose myself to that risk. I was going to wait for us to set a higher low and enter on that breakout. Well, like I told you guys earlier, I entered on that breakout of that trend line. But here, look at this. This is the 15-minute chart. Here is a support level. See? Touch, breakout, touch, touch, boom. We lost that level. On the 5-minute, we had increased selling volume, and that could have been your signal right there. Also, this rejection up here could have been an earlier sign. Right here, and then the loss of that level actually at 344. Now this is the 5-minute. Like I said earlier, typically the 5-minute can be pretty noisy, but there's the 15-minute. See? Base of the candle. Touch, touch, touch. Break, close below, and dump. So that you could definitely catch that on the chart. See, that's the thing, guys, with trading is you can't predict the future, but you can watch the chart and react to what it does. If you know the support level is 340 or 344 right here, and you close below that, your stop would probably be right below that level, and you sell, or you're watching the chart and you sell, and hope that it dumps and you can catch the bottom of that dump. Now, how would you have caught the bottom of that dump? I didn't trade any of this, by the way. I'm just giving you guys an example. Support level here. You could have entered at 324. Short wick down to 319, but again, I haven't been watching the chart all day. Just too busy. But yeah, your 4-hour support's at 327. And you see a lot of wicking down here. So really it's a support zone. It's not a specific price. So usually when I have something like that, I'll just draw a green box, and that would be your entry target on that break. Well, that 15-minute might save the next hour. We'll see. And it's true. For guys that are not day trading, what Jarvis just said, even if it dumps, it's not the end of the world in a bull market. It will come back, just ties your capital up for a little longer. I mean, I'm a day trader, so I do have my stops, and I'll always try to get back in lower. But I try my best to not fight the trend. And what I mean by that, and I'm sure a lot of people have done this because I've done this too, is you get up to a certain price, the market starts falling, and then you wait, and then you wait, and then you wait, and you kind of become bearish in a bull market, and then you get greedy and you want to buy at a price that's so low you might not get there, and you have to remember we're in a bull market. So try to fight that mentality. Hope that makes sense. But yeah, what Jarvis said is true. We are in a bull market. We are in a daily uptrend. We are in a weekly uptrend. And until we break that weekly uptrend, we are in a strong bull market. Six minutes. I want this candle green. Who's having fun, guys? Enjoy watching the chart. Oh, if you haven't subscribed, please do for future videos. I did say this. What this was kind of actually a surprise announcement of doing a live stream. I just happened to get the setup done. I was gonna wait till we hit 1,000, but I figured I'd just post something anyway. I won't do it too much, but maybe we'll start off doing like a video or two a week. It's true. I'd be watching the chart too if I wasn't live streaming. So why not, right? 30-minute closes soon. So let's take a look at the 30-minute. I just want to check something here. I got two monitors. This whole setup is kind of new for the live streaming purposes. I set this all up just to do the live streams. All right. Three minutes. Yeah, I should have grabbed a wine too. We should do like a wine and trade session live stream videos. That's kind of cool. But no, I'm kind of joking. You shouldn't drink too much and trade at the same time. That's actually a horrible combination. And yeah, I am self-taught. I've been trading for 5 years. Wait, almost six. A little over five. And when I first started, I was a hodler. So, and I didn't really start playing with trading until the bear market. So probably 5 years. Yeah. Let's see here. 1 minute 30 seconds. A lot of price action. I'm gonna be pissed if this flash dumps and hits my stop on live stream. Man, that is moving considering how low the volume is. Yeah, I learned from watching a lot of traders and just from my own trades, honestly. I mean, that's where you really start learning, planning your own trades. 5 seconds. I want to see that push up. Yeah, we lost the 15. I'm used to the red and green candles. I like them. I mean, it all comes down to personal preference. See just what's happening with Bitcoin real quick. Just for fun while we're at it. Yep, that's in an hourly downtrend. See, Litecoin on the hourly looks a lot cleaner. When we start getting a lot of noise like this on the lower time frames, it helps a lot to increase your time frame. See what the 45-minute looks like. Hey, 252, give it a shot. I mean, 352, I'm pretty sure that's what you meant. But yes, I know I said this, but please subscribe so that way you do get the new notifications. If you're not on Twitter, you got your YouTube app or something. So like hit the notification bell so that way it does give you the notification when I drop a live stream or a video. Because this is kind of fun, so I'll probably do a little bit more of the YouTube stuff. How long have I been streaming? I guess it's kind of irrelevant. An hour and 12 minutes. Wow. Do you guys want me to just keep streaming what I'm doing right now? I don't mean to be boring, but I'm sure you guys want to just chill. I mean, you're probably going to watch a chart anyway, right? Hey guys, you got to forgive me on some of this stuff too because this is the first live stream, so yeah. Whales are definitely accumulating Litecoin, guys. There's no doubt about it. Whether we pull back on the lower time frame or not, it doesn't change anything on the higher time frame. The higher time frame is extremely bullish. I will pull it up. Actually, let's go over the weekly. So our weekly resistance was 315.97. If we close in the next 2 days and 21 hours over this level, I think we are going to keep shooting up. We have maintained the daily uptrend, the weekly uptrend, ever since we started at basically $46. Touch, 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 bounce. Didn't even touch on this one. Bounce, touch, bounce, touch, bounce. That weekly chart is beautiful, guys. So we're definitely going to break all-time highs as long as we continue to hold this weekly chart. Probably fairly soon. So regardless of what I talk about on the lower time frame, I am extremely mega bullish on Litecoin. So want to make that clear. All right. Jarvis asks, what are the main criteria used to determine whether you're turning bearish time frames signs? Well, I just talked about me being bullish on the higher time frame, and right now I remain neutral because we are stuck in this range. And until we break this range, that is when I will determine my lower time frame bias, whether I will be bullish or bearish. Um, so that's pretty much how I determine. Looking at the hourly here, if we lost the bottom of this range, I would be bearish on the lower time frame, especially hour because we'll have lost that. And let's look at the 4 hour. It's a 4 hour range as well, so you'd probably be looking at 4 hour consolidation. So when I look at the time frames, I work from the highest to the lowest or the lowest to the highest. We have a weekly uptrend, we have a daily uptrend. Right now we have a 4 hour uptrend. Right now we're watching the hourly. I am going to have to eat something soon. So as much as I would love to stay up on a live stream till 2, 3 in the morning, I'm probably not going to do that. But, you know, on Twitter, just type in the comments things that you liked about it, what you didn't like about it. It was the first stream, so bear with me on all that stuff. I do like answering questions through the comments and talking to you guys. That's kind of the whole point. It's kind of the whole point of doing a live stream. So, it's been a long day today. I know we got 10 viewers. I know we lost a couple people. It was probably just dragging on too long. But any new people that haven't hit the comment box, if you want to, feel free to do so. If you have any questions before I do start to wrap this up, um, this video should post when it's done. So if someone wants to re-watch a boring 1 hour and 20-minute video, you can do that. No, I appreciate it, everybody. You know what my plan is right now. You just watched it. My stop loss is at 339. We lose that, I'll lose a couple percent on my position. But at that point, we're going to be back underneath the this trend line, and that, in my opinion, would be a failed bounce attempt. Falling back below that trend line right there. We'd also be losing the hourly. So I think that's a pretty good spot for the stop. Yeah, absolutely. I won't complain if we had a fire sale, but I would love to see us bounce. I was honestly hoping for that fire sale earlier this morning before I got started with work. Am I gonna watch SNL this weekend? Maybe. Depends on how busy I am. Yeah, that'd be interesting. All right, guys. We'll wait for this candle to close. I'll probably wrap it up soon. I know. See, we do have a couple new people popping in. Don't worry. To anyone that just popped in, you didn't miss too much. This was the first live stream, and just taking it step by step. But there's a couple things in there that I talked about. So if you do want to skim through everything, um, there's some things in there. Jerry asked, "Thanks for all your analysis. Learning a lot from you. How did you learn that stuff?" I mentioned that earlier. I've been trading for about a little over 5 years. Started as a hodler. Learned myself a lot of it watching other traders on YouTube and practicing with my own trades, mostly losing in the beginning, learning about stops, risk analysis, and just improving over time. It's not something you learn overnight, and it does take a little while. So just stick to it. Keep your positions small in the beginning, unless you are holding long term. There's nothing wrong with that, but the odds of your trades doing as good as your long term holds or better while you're new is not likely. So keep those positions small or paper trade, which is um, not using real money, just make believe money, practice trading. Interesting. You think it's the subscribers? I don't think it is, guys. Here, I'll show you. This is the software. It's called OBS. Settings, video, base canvas resolution 1366 by 768. Output scaled resolution 1092 by 614. I'm pretty sure that this is the problem, but I can't adjust this while we're in an active stream. Otherwise, it would terminate the stream on you guys. So But yeah, here we go. We just closed that candle. I want to get this back over here. What is going on? There we go. All right. So guys, you know my setup. You know what my trade plan is right here. I appreciate you, all of you, for watching. And we're going to try this again maybe in a few days or next week. So thanks a lot. Thanks for watching. I appreciate it. And we'll start that end scene. Have a good one.